Hello to all listeners. I'm your host, Trayvon Butler, and welcome to Deep Thoughts Motivation. On today's episode, we'll be talking about never settling for less. There's a phase in life where we've all went through where we've settled for less. We've accepted the bare minimum just because it was something. And I'm here to tell you that you must stop settling for things that don't respect your values. Start appreciating yourself enough to know that that may not work for me. The people in your life that don't match your values, then they don't deserve you. Stop allowing people to bring 30% to the table and expect you to bring 70% to the table. If they ain't got you like you got them, then you don't need to be around them. Never allow people to treat you like you're a clearance item. You know, never allow people to put a price on you that don't contain to you. Stop accepting whatever people bring to the table just because it's something. Like, you must set standards for yourself, which means not allowing people to manipulate or adjust the standards that you set. We've all built a system in how we all operate, and when we build that system, we we tend to adjust it for certain people. And when you set these standards, you have to stand on that. And the problem with a lot of people is now we accept anything. Just because someone offer you something, don't mean you need to take it. They offer you a certain amount of money for a product that you're selling. That don't mean you need to take that offer. Believe in your products, believe in your system. Believe in what you built. It's important to own our masters, be in charge of what we want. The world that we live in now, we're able to have a lot of flexibility in creating what we want and being able to own that. We go through phases in life where we start to feel unappreciated, and then we start to sell ourselves short. We start to look at ourselves as average, and then that's when the snowball effect begins. We accept any job just because we take any kind of pay, and we know that we're worth more. We accept any person in our lives to come in, and then we start to lose faith and lose our standards. It's important to reevaluate yourself when you're going down this road, because once you allow yourself to lower your standards, these people will start to treat you different. They'll start to take advantage of you. They'll start to manipulate you. Never allow people or jobs to feel like you need them. Always be the trophy. Always make them feel like they're lucky to have you. Um, just because somebody gives you attention, that doesn't mean that the light they shed on you is the right light. Sometimes when people bring stuff to the table, they're always looking for something in return. You have to keep your eye out on that. You gotta be careful who you open the door for, because everybody you let in don't have your best interests. Everybody don't deserve your presence. Everybody don't deserve to eat with you or sit at that table. You have to be careful who you surround yourself with, or the businesses that you get involved in, and the jobs that you're taking. Sometimes you have to be Hollywood. You can't allow anyone just to be around you. You got to put yourself on a pedestal where you know your worth. You know what you bring to the table. You know what someone isn't bringing to the table. And why should I allow someone to be around me that isn't on the same mindset that I am, or they're not willing to give as much as I'm willing to give? Not just physically, not about money or food, but mentally. Like, we've all been there where people will call us with all their problems, and once they finish, they're all set. They don't need anything else. They don't ask you how your day is. How was your work day, or are you going through problems? Those type of people, man, you got to get rid of those type of people. Them people that don't really care for you. They want to use you and suck the blood out of you. And once they all set with that, then that's it. They're on to the next person. You gotta eliminate all that, because if you don't honor yourself, a person that stands for nothing will fall for anything. And the problem is, once you open the door and they show you your true colors, you still try to give them the benefit of the doubt. They just showed you what they want, and we still ignore all the signs that they just showed us. Sometimes you gotta see people for what they're worth and accept it. Like, no matter how much you try to repaint a house, when the paint starts to chip, the true color shows. You gotta stop trying to repaint these people that show you their true colors and accept them for what they are. you know. And I say this: life isn't promised tomorrow, So if you're living for the future, then you're dying today. And when I say you're dying today, I mean you're wasting valuable time for something that you can't predict. There's a quote that says, "You'll never see a U-Haul behind the hearse," which means all the things that we have in life, when you die, you can't take none of that with you. So stop living for the future and embrace the opportunity. Live with your standards today. You know, never feel like an option in life. If that's something you're working for, don't give you the assurance in return, then you must focus on you. And when I say the insurance of in return, it's not just with people, it's with everything in your life. If you're working for something and it's not giving you the same effort that you're putting in, then you must reevaluate and find a different solution. You know, with a lot of people that we come across, they're like teleprompters. You know, and what I mean by teleprompters is they're scripted. They're reading off a teleprompter. You know, they're worked on what to say and how to say it. They're working on a plan of how to use you and get whatever they can get out of you. You must, read those signs and be aware of the little things, because all it takes is one little thing, and then it's another thing, and then it's a domino effect. It'll keep going. So, you know, uh, in ways that they'll control you and slowly try to adjust your standards. So that's why you got to be careful with who you allow to be in your presence. Um, you have to get to a point where you no longer say, if you wasn't my friend, I wouldn't be doing this. If I didn't need this job, I wouldn't be here right now. Like right there, you're adjusting your standards. You have to stand on what you believe in. Like, don't accept less just because. Like, you can't pick out what's justifiable for your standards. When you create that mindset, you start to sell yourself short. And if it doesn't coexist with what you believe, then why are you doing it in the first place? You know, never settle in life. Don't take anything just because it's something. I really appreciate you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned for another episode. Till next time, I'm your host, Trayvon Butler. This is Deep Thoughts Motivation. Thank you.